Welcome to our weekly AMA. New developments, probably new apps, and a lot of updates. Here, our CEO, Evgeny. Over to you, Evgeny.
Hey, how are you doing today? Actually, I was curious if we can put somehow me not on the kind of circle, but so those whiteboards would be visible and so on. Is it possible? So we make it because yeah. Hey guys, by the way, thanks for joining. It's Evgeny here, CEO and founder of Guru Network, and it's our weekly AMA session where we're talking about kind of state of what we're doing here and what we're up to, where Guru Network goes, and and what's the updates. Answering tough questions doesn't matter what you're asking. Actually, like whatever, we're here for you. And basically sharing our narrative, what Guru Network is, what we're building in here, because we're here for idea of multi-chain AI compute automation and Web3 automation, and especially that we've got some traction recently with multiple integrations of our products, as well as, of course, like token got some traction and liquidity got some traction. And we have much more like audience, and it's like new audience. Some people don't know where we started, what we're actually building, and that's why today I was like planning our regular like updates and going through the list, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the office today, and we have like a freaking whiteboard in here, and I'm a whiteboard guy. And this week we actually had some very interesting questions in the group in regards of like what's the value Guru actually brings, and how it would all work. What's the next steps, right? So it's like in the community, when you just launch on the project, and at some point everyone understands that the project is going to have like a token. Like Dex Guru was a project, we had a community, and everyone was coming to Discord and we're asking like, oh, when token, this like this kind of meme saying, and it's a tough question, especially when you're going through like all those market conditions in the last 4 years, and we were answering on this question for 3 years. It's like when token, and then you launch on the token, and that's when we had LBP, and when on LBP we first time kind of put a thesis together of what Guru Network is, how the economy would work, and so on and so forth. And on LBP we're able to raise in June, so it's like TGE event, 1,050,000, and it's like LBP and price discovery event, and it was like half a year ago, right? So half a year ago we launched Guru token and stopped answering this question of like when token, and because we are like network, we started answering the next question, which is like when mainnet, right? And recently, as you guys all know, just a couple of weeks ago, we finally answered this question, like when mainnet. And now people are like, and now what? Like mainnet, what does it mean? Like how do you guys, what's the main reasons for mainnet in there? So I would like to talk about like main KPIs of mainnet, and how we like what we do right now to actually reach those KPIs and to rise Guru further. So mainnet would be like functional ecosystem where Guru token is involved in our processes like of Web3 automation, AI processors, orchestrations, and so on and so forth. And how we already trying to implement those things on low scale, for example, with NFT collections, how it all works. So then we scale in the case, and we get into this idea which we declared in our white paper. So what's the main KPIs of like mainnet? right? Mainnet. Like, I like calling it L3. Actually, Guru L3, that's the name that I'm using usually. So Guru L3, right? L3. So what we need? We need TVL, right? We need transactions. We need unique wallets. This thing, it's like is it good? Can you? Yeah, you can comment.
Can you
Yeah.
please bring your notebook to
Closer like that.
to the board closer? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm doing Cardano style now. Do you know Cardano? Actually, we can put something. Oh, sorry guys. Ideal now. Now it works. It's good.
Good. Now you do it Alex Hormozzi style.
Perfect. Oh, that's good actually. but I still need a chair, you know. So Guru 3, what we need? TVL transactions, unique wallets, and all those things we envision to be growing from activities we have in our narrative. And what do we have in our narrative? Right? In our narrative, we have AI processors, we have Web3 automations, we have chatbots, and community apps. And we have Guru framework. All those, that's where Guru token participates in different kind of things and being exchanged or circulating in DeFi ecosystem, right? It's DeFi. And in that ecosystem right now we have Ethereum, Guru as native token and the reserved version. And we have USDC E. And those things have pools and there is liquidity there. So activity in those applications and in those processes should cause this flywheel to make a circle. So the TVL is growing, transactions are happening because there is activities everywhere here which happening on chain, and unique wallets actually increasing, like as more and more users coming from different communities we hooking up with to our apps, for example, or with like AI processors which our B2B clients starting to use, and that's another thing. And with that's how we get it. But where TVL is coming from, right? It's like it couldn't come from within the system. It should be breached to the chain from the outside, right? So in here we have base, right? That's our outside for L3. And from base, people should be motivated to bridge their Guru token or USDC or Ethereum to do something with those processes So it's there is some service on the chain which they couldn't get anywhere else, or it's effective, or we charging for our Web3 automations, notifications, and everything what we're embedding right now in trading apps in Guru token, and they can do it only on mainnet, for example. Or in community apps, in trading apps, we are doing Guru token match when you swap into Guru. So that's another mechanic. Could be like once a day, if you swap into Guru on our Guru L3, and there is like USDC here, there is Guru, there is Ethereum. So if you're between those three pools, you're good, right? Then there is like some percentage match in Guru, which you get in additionally, right? What does that bring? People bridging USDC and Ethereum from base to swap into Guru, where they have a match on top of the Guru. And as a result, we have TVL increasing when people are staying on chain and they causing transactions. Then to do it, they actually got into our app, like Guru Network app. And then in there, they participate in those activities and generating like NFTs using AI agents, and then they drop them down into Burning meme and all those things we do, right? That's just one example of one mechanic which is possible in there within our infrastructure and within our ecosystem to start bringing this to reality. But what we actually need to start onboarding people into this mechanic, right? So even this one, right? We already onboarded into a mechanic of you can, and let me start sharing the screen as well.
By the way, say hello to Max. He joined us, so we can discuss all of that together.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't want to interrupt.
We went batshit crazy today. it's like a whiteboard session.
Yep.
What I wanted to show is actually in Guru app. So this quest, point generation of DAO NFT collection. So that's another activity in there which you get in those NFTs, and now since we launched it, there are like 120 NFTs already minted, and some of those they minted for Guru tokens, bottom base, some of those for the points in those apps. But that activity actually gives you ability to start the next quest in the app, and we launching it low profile right now, just Guru Network app, and that's it. And this low profile quest is actually you getting 250 Gurus on Guru mainnet after you minted this NFT. And there's actually another mechanism how you bring TVL in Guru onto the chain, and that's how we start testing our DeFi ecosystem. And what's in this testing? What we were doing like for this last week, because it's our weekly AMA, right? You guys, some of you guys were seeing that price on our block explorer in here was quite off, comparing to the actual increase in it, which happened since last week. And that's actual DeFi ecosystem which works on mainnet, and that's actual liquidity which isn't there working in DEX pool against USDC and against Ethereum. So there is mechanism right now, and for this week we were testing it, and it was off. Right now we launched a new version of it, which basically synchronizes the price with base, and that way it's the same Guru as you have on base, right? especially with current activity and with current markets, we need that in place before we going wild and opening all the gates. So this week we developed new version of it. Now everyone who have those 250 gurus on mainnet already, and we have those people in our community, you guys can start swapping from those and testing, how on this low liquidity and with those low checks it works, and provide us feedback, and we checking how the mechanism works for basically getting it to the same guru as we have on base, and that's what we are testing this week, and that's exactly what we've got kind of polished by the end of the week, and now we're ready to proceed. So we opening those gates. By opening those gates, I mean in Guru Network app, we enabled this button where you can grab your testnet wallet, and this gives you like your operational wallet, where your guru landed to on mainnet. Then you can grab it and start playing with it. It's not a big balance, and it's like something to literally test DeFi ecosystem, how it works, figure out if there are issues. We need to add more liquidity, we add in it, and in the end of the day, it's all about like helping us provision this, test it, then start onboarding our community apps into the same mechanisms. And by community apps, I wanted to stop sharing. By community apps, we have like Miles app, we have ecosystem app, like Burning Meme is launching, right? And Burning Meme brings like the whole craziness in this DeFi, because effectively it's AI like pump fund operating on our mainnet and so on and so forth. So we need this DeFi ecosystem polished, working, and being very, very liquid and dynamic. And that's exactly what we're testing. And I'm answering the question like, okay, mainnet, you guys launched now. What we doing to make it shine, to make it like this shiny L3 on base. And L3 on base narrative, when you're thinking about it, it's quite interesting as well, because who else did something similar, right? Degen Chain, you've seen the numbers, you've seen the interest. Not very similar to our concept. Like we have this framework which we install in this community apps and chatbots. The current narrative is quite interesting, and we're hitting exactly in the point where everything trendy is going. So instead of the apps like they had been before, like with menus and buttons and so on and so forth, everyone wanted to test this new concept where you talking to AI processor, you getting results from it, and it can execute some stuff for you, so you don't need to know all those interfaces anymore as a human to actually operate all those applications. You're just talking to chatbot and it's doing the same. So we are in here. Why? Because we are developing chatbot applications which are operating within the communities, and we already have those examples. Let me share the recent developments in Miles app, and actually in Guru Network app as well. It started from Miles app, and in here, for example, you see the notifications on biggest moves. There are like pricing alerts. You can subscribe to Guru token, and that's actually new kind of features as well. This is like what we just recently added to Miles app, and in Guru app it's appeared today as well. And effectively, it's like a start of idea. BTC price now. please provide detailed analysis. Right. So now it's basically, yeah, it's got a Coinbase route BTC from DexGuru database, hooked it up with like the knowledge about it has, and with prompt, and that's all happened on MindsDB, which we have in our backend, and this MindsDB actually connected to GPUs where it's running, and it's the whole concept of Guru network behind it. But what effectively happening here? What about liquidity? Right. What effectively happening here is that you can drop down in any token, and then here we have like a swap button, and you have all the details, who's holding what, and so on and so forth. Additional to this button, you would be able, I want to talk about it, and it drops all the context in here, and then you have a threads about different tokens with all the knowledge, with like all this data feeded from Guru warehouse, right? And those AI kind of LLMs with this rugged context about anything what happens in the blockchain, and we indexing 180 dexes, 18 chains, and you can see it in our warehouse, right? So here, when you're creating the queries, so those are the chains we support, and LLM have access to all of this, right? It's like pricing data, balances, P&L, like native balances, all this kind of stuff. And what we effectively building in here is chatbot for trading community, which is integrated in there, and people would start using it as an interface first for analytics, and then it will be provided like, oh, there is an option to swap, there is option to do this or that, and execution would be automated as well, because we have operational wallet hooked up in here, right? And this operational wallet is what we have access to actually automate. So those concepts, you see how we develop in them, and it's like, I believe it's going in very right direction. And for example, here there is a new quest. In Guru Network app should be the same. Hero starting quest. Oh, that's sad. We would need Rodion on this on this call. Actually, I was pushing through it yesterday. Oh yeah, now it works. And here you can set up price notification for any token, and you controlling it from the mini app. So, for example, I want Guru notifications when price like drops or rises 2%, and it's automatically ingested the actual like address and network. So if I would pick up like Ethereum, it would be Ethereum in here. That's what Rodion actually shipped this week, and it's a great functionality. And then you start in it, and you would start receiving price notifications, and you controlling it from within the app. So if you want to change the threshold, you change the threshold, you complete it, you can disable it, and that's the first step to first like start catching the events, catching the stuff which we want Web3 automations to be hooked up to, and then provide people not only option to swap in there, but option to automate it, and maybe automate it through the agent which they shaped, in conversation with him. So that's the actual idea, and that's what we polish in there. And let's see if we migrated all of this into Guru Network app. And Guru Network here, yeah. And in Guru Network, we have top volume, we have trending, we move this. Effectively, it's like Dex Guru in your pocket now. and with actual LLM agent with which have all the stuff and it could analyze the markets for you. That's the goal in here. And that's one of the use cases, right? Oh, I got art generated. Now I can mint it for 1,000 gurus. Oh shit, I have 870. Follow Guru Network socials. Let's try this one. Share link in socials. Where is daily quest? Follow Guru group. Group subscribed. I'm already subscribed. It should be verified and I should have a reward, but I should get 2 of them. Channel I also following. Yeah, because I have 870 and I just wanted to mint it. As crazy as it sounds, but we need rewards as there is some delay in there. Yeah, and actually that's another feature I wanted to show to you guys. So now when you mint an NFT in here, there is a wallet selector where you can change the wallet from operational wallet to the wallet to wallet you connected, and then you get an NFT in your personal wallet and you can participate in snapshot with it and so on. So that's improvement as well. And but even if you minted already this NFT using the points, and there are like again 120 people like this, you can get your NFT from this. So hitting this button, you can get a wallet, and then it's your wallet. You can grab NFT from there, and that's actually what I wanted to cover today as well, right? And that's Max came over. Max is still here.
Yep.
Yeah, like this week we got this flywheel launch proposal passed, and thanks for everyone who participated. Do you want to go over it like real quick and describe what we're actually doing here? And it all relates to what we started from.
Yeah, so basically all of this proposal is about like this first step, like how to spin this flywheel and the Guru network economics. So basically, it's based on the introduced quest rewards and this like constant loop, like on a weekly basis to pop up the like this season chest for create allocation for these quests. So long story short, how it works, like to make it really clean for you. So we would like to use like incentivize users to continue to use the app, and that's why like they're going to be introduce quests within the app that you can complete and get the reward. So it's then it goes to the this part of reward. So like when you like purchase an NFT, it's split between it's getting back to the ecosystem and creating this positive feedback loop. So when part goes allocated to the like infrastructure cost, the part goes to the like standing governance, DAO, and like rewards pool, and the next part goes to like to burning mechanism, allowing like to this creating upward pressure on the price token. So basically, this proposal is about like creating some like dynamic economy around the Guru token and Guru network ecosystem. So when you're doing some actions, it's had a positive feedback on the whole economy, and so it's the main goal is like to create
evergreen. Evergreen circulation in here. Yeah, that's how I'm pulling. Like, so the flywheel is actually goes around, and so this proposal actually brings user rewards into the economy, like as infrastructure, burning meme, like because they provide in like AI processor holder, and again, that's what we're building here. There is like burst mechanism, which we still need to like figure out how we activate it. then rewards to the ecosystem and community. And if those funds which are collected in this NFT collection, and we have a dashboard on it, I would show, they also go towards Guru L3. They also contributing to TVL transactions and unique wallets, because those participants would start exchanging the value on Guru L3. So more, for example, Burning Meme earns as ecosystem project, more TVL we have on Guru L3 that way, even if they earning it on base in that case. So right now, this earn, which we are talking about in this proposal, it happens on base. But then if we lend in those funds, and probably we need to vote for it, into the Guru L3, that effectively starting to hydrate that economy, and that's what we actually doing in here. And for yeah. Oh, you muted. Unmute. Something wrong. Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about.
Let me check it real quick.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
Oh.
just want to show like the same that Evgeny said, but on the on the scheme. If you can.
Yeah, can you share this diagram? Yeah. So that's what I was trying to present. Yeah.
So basically, yeah, like when users make some actions on the network, it has like this like spinning up the wheel and goes to this payments redistributed across like multiple directions. So basically, like every action create like some momentum for continuing the system, like spinning them.
Different verticals, in B2B and enterprise world, it would be called like verticals.
Yep.
So we have like ecosystem vertical, we have community vertical, we have Guru vertical, right? Infrastructure, and that's what we effectively launching in here. And yeah, that's how it all brings. And TVL, what is a TVL? I wanted to cover this topic a little bit. Let me pull out our LBP because I wanted to start from this one real quick. And because for us, the whole story with TVL and volume and liquidity, it starts from June 6th when we had LBP, right? So in June 6th, let me find it. Yeah, it's here. View now. Let me share the screen. Okay. So you see, on June 6th, we did LBP, and it was, and that's the first time we kind of formulated the idea of Guru Network as L3 and presented like what we're offering in here. And we still following the same roadmap, which we declared in here, which is quite unusual somehow for Web3 projects, but we aiming and we following our white paper, and white paper idea is great. But anyway, so we raised on LBP, which is liquidity bootstrap provisioning event and price discovery, and we've raised about 1.05 million. When you are looking at liquidity of Guru Network, where is it? On CoinGecko, right? Let's say CoinGecko liquidity here. Where you see liquidity, it's plus minus def. So those numbers, they directly coming from liquidity. And when you dropping down Gecko terminal, why not, right? When you dropping down, you see that liquidity for Guru token is like on ETH is like around 2 million, right? And it's like 1 million ETH, 1 million in Guru. Then you dropping down into base, and there is another big number in here that's like liquidity, right? And you see another million. And that's how it works, right? we started with 1 million LBP liquidity bootstrap provision on LBP. Core contributors voted to bring this liquidity to the DEXs, and out of this liquidity, this started to raise because prices of token raising and so on, and you effectively provisioning more and more liquidity down the line, and people should be motivated enough on those markets where you're provisioning liquidity further and further to start operating there, so it actually goes there, and that's the TVL mechanism. So as you see, we as a team will manage to raise it from 1 million to already 3 million across Ethereum and basic system. So the next step for us, raising it on Guru L3, and that's exactly TVL we're talking here. So we pretty much following the same framework for all the steps, and and that's exactly in our plan, right? We launched the token on Ethereum. We extended it to Base. From Base, we're extending it to Guru L3, and we have utility for this token on each chain we presented it. We have utility on Ethereum. People who have those season NFTs, they can vote on Snapshot. It's like Ethereum story. We have utility on Base, and it's already like AI processors working on Base for Guru tokens and giving people NFTs, which allows them to participate in the reward system. That's what effectively happening in here. And we have next layer is L3, and that's what we provision in here, and that's our plan, how we're doing it. One more. Actually, we hadn't passed through the news yet. What do you think, Max? Is it covers the vision, or like that's exactly what we're voting for, as I see it.
Definitely. It definitely covers the vision, and I can see it's really great foundation for building to leveraging the new builders who are creating apps, chatbots, and so on, and some using some other services within the ecosystem. So that's really great. I think maybe we can also it's really ambitious ecosystem, and there is a lot of things. Maybe it's still hard to someone to see the whole picture, but I think you did a great job covering holistically how it works right now. How it's gonna work.
Yeah. Let me go through some business developments as well. I actually had it in my plans. So for business development, we have this one. Yeah, we have this one. That's another partnership which we just signed, and that's again it's Heaven App and Chatbot, and they have kind of unique design, as well as functionality wise it would be a little bit different, and we are launching it in partnership with Kyle Chasse, who's KOL, and he have his own trading community in Telegram, which is about 3,000 people, and our chatbot, a next place for it, where we're integrating it's this one, right? And I'm happy that we kind of found that use case where we integrating our chatbots and applications, and that use case is very familiar with us because we are building DEX Guru for 4 years, right? It's our product, and we are repackaging it so it's delivered to the users in kind of as a community chatbot, as an application which is in their pocket, as well as which allows you to participate in different reward system, have some alpha notifications like swaps in there, and next step would be those automations. So I believe it's quite fit for our use cases of applying our orchestration nodes for all those applications, and for people who's like want to know what the tech is behind it. It's a concept of our Guru orchestration node, where you specify all the quests and actions, what people should go through when they talk into like Telegram bot or in the app or like in the web app. It doesn't matter. You designing those processes like that, and you merging it together with AI processors, with Web3 actions, because our orchestration node can pose those, and that's behind every app in there. And orchestration nodes actually working on Guru L3, generating transactions and everything. So when we get a new app on board, it's directly affecting the whole thing which runs on Guru L3, and we having more users on board, because from those communities we also have like people coming and participating in Guru DAO and besides this one, that one I can talk about. We also signed another one with app launching in the start of January, and it's like crazy app, like complete crazy. It's quite different, but I can't like talk about it much. So during this week, we've got new 2 ecosystem applications with like communities coming to us to participate in our ecosystem in the end of the day. And I'm very happy with it, because that already feels like a real business happening in there. Because when you have a pipeline of the deals and partnerships, and you have like Yaro, who's our business development guy, continuously working on different deals, and they start and strike in every week, it shows like sustainability of it. And more of those deals we get in here, more TVL transactions and unique wallets we have in there. So that's one way of looking at this ecosystem. There is another way of looking at it from a retail side, but probably for today it would be too much. Maybe in next whiteboard section. So yeah, I actually, because we had those questions in our group, and by the way, guys, we're very active in our Telegram group. We're very active in our Discord. I'm checking it every day, and I'm answering all the questions. And because you had those questions throughout this week, I thought about, we need to put like an article explaining what we're building here, where we go, like. And I was starting writing it, and then the week passed, and we had crazy week development-wise. We launched multiple apps at the same time. We fixed a DeFi ecosystem on those 3, so it could absorb those swaps we started doing there. And in the same time, I wasn't able to write this article explaining what we've built in here. But instead of this, I was like, let's do it on our AMA, and I believe I explained a lot. Let us know if that's boring, or like hate us, say, we don't need another Cardano guy or something.
I don't believe it's boring, but it's pretty nerdy.
Yeah. I just want to say the same. Like it's maybe it's like it looks complicated, but it really shows that we are doing like some real stuff, but not like some like beauty words, but some like really deep ecosystem. That's really cool.
We have Nick came. Do you remember Nick from our mainnet launch? Yeah, I invited a friend for mainnet launch with whom we used to work before in Disney streaming, and he actually quite he knows our system deep, because he knows like Camunda and business process automation. So yeah, he can give good comments about like, oh, you guys automating this stuff there like this, like do it differently. Anyway, hey Nick, glad you joined us. What we wanted to go through. So this proposal was voted for. We are launching this mechanism, and that hydrates the whole ecosystem. But we're doing it step by step with those baby steps right now, while we're still adjusting like this DeFi stuff, like liquidity wise, moving it in there, and we're enabling those quests step by step. So for the people who's like season 1 owners, season 2 owners, you guys would have your rewards after this system is balanced, because you would have special quests and those rewards boost, but that functionality should be there, and we should have a system which actually could absorb it. So from many perspectives, we start in the kind of low profile mode, and that's the smartest thing to do, like agile approach. We are here for you every week. We saying what we're doing. You guys see that we're not just sitting and blocking everything, but we're doing it in a way that it's implemented and executed in the best way we know. That's why we are Guru team. We like core contributors. We are in the industry for 4 years already. So yeah, we are here for you. Cool. So bridge. Oh, I want to talk about bridging. We also in the talks, and we had this question from the community. We also in the talks with Hyperlane in regards of making those warp bridges available for Guru. We thought that it would be up and running this week, but it's not. They have a queue of integrations and other stuff. So we would keep you posted. We need those bridges to make this system more liquid as well, because we have those native bridges which are provided by Superbridge, but on top of it we need Hyperlane, so we don't have those restrictions in between Base and Ethereum, like those long waiting times in between Guru L3 and Base. That's the status on bridges, and we had this question community during the week. I wanted to answer it. What else? So new partnerships coming, and those are like marketing and application partnerships, as you said. We are shipping, fixing it, delivering, and and new features. You see them in the apps. Yep. That's all what I want to say actually today. Maybe it's
the
too
next
much.
up is really fun. So we can't wait to share all the details with you, but we can't.
Yeah, let's do a video. On the video, do we have this new AI agent integration in our apps in the video, in those mockups, or not yet? They've been there already? Not really.
Let me see.
Yeah.
And video goes.
Nice. Actually, we need to add AI agents there, which I was showcasing today.
Of course.
So cool. That's probably it for the day. Again, please feel free to join our Telegram group, our Discord chats, follow us on X. We posting everything in there. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. One more thing, we are going to Belgrade next week. Like Artem going to Belgrade and I'm going to Belgrade next week. We have a like developers office in there. So next week we will have the same session from Belgrade. Like hacking with the team. We also have some ideas on like scaling the team a little bit. We have community members who's participated in Guru pre-mainnet hackathon, but hadn't launched the app yet. With whom we started to work, and they already know the framework because during the hackathon they already created something like MVP of the app. They just didn't want to launch it yet, and then we onboarded them to basically participate in development of the framework for different applications. So interestingly, we finding some resources within the community and people getting onboarded. And we also, with Artem, we fly into Belgrade next week to basically, we have some candidates in there as well, and we have office in there. So it's very natural to onboard some people in there because of how the things are going right now. Like with those integrations coming with more and more applications we're delivering, we would need more resources as fast as we can, and that's the reason you guys would see me next week from our Belgrade office. I have a whiteboard there as well, by
the way. Actually, Belgrade whiteboard is much bigger. We need bigger whiteboards for bigger picture.
Sure. Okay, cool. So thank you guys. Thank you for your time. We're nearly at 1 hour already. So we'll keep you posted about all the developments and news.
Thank you for all your support, all who's listening and watching us. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Evgeny. Thank you, all our NFT holders, all our commenters, and we will see you around next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Go Gurus.